Hello, and welcome to the Nebraska Department of Education School Violence video series. Today's topic is the warning signs of violent behavior. There are 10 videos in the school violence video series. We encourage you to watch these videos in order as school teams. However, they may be watched by individuals as standalone. My name is Heather Robbins, and I'll be your host throughout this series. Our purpose today is to describe the warning signs of violent behavior and then to consider strategies to prevent violent behavior on our school campuses. We begin with a cautionary note. There is no magic 8-ball. There is no one warning sign, one risk factor, one predictor, or profile of a targeted school shooter. A warning sign does not mean that one will engage in targeted school violence. However, warning signs may indicate that a youth is in need of support and/or intervention. So we want to be sure to have a process in place where our staff members can report concerning behaviors or warning signs so we can provide intervention and support at the earliest possible time. Loss of temper on a daily basis can be a warning sign for violent behavior. According to the U.S. Secret Service National Threat Assessment Center, 74% of school attackers showed signs of frequent intense anger. Frequent physical fighting can also be a warning sign of violent behavior and can let us know that perhaps a youth is in need of support, of intervention, of instruction on self-management strategies, of instruction on conflict resolution strategies. Frequent physical fighting can be a place where we can provide support. Violent writings and violent drawings and/or can be warning sign of violent behavior. We want to make sure our staff members are aware that they can report when they find these behaviors concerning. Vandalism or destruction of school property is a warning sign for violent behavior. Other warning signs include risky behavior, whether this risky behavior takes place on social media platforms or out in the community. Risky behavior and/or substance use abuse are warning signs for us and are times where we can provide support and intervention. Significant loss or rejection can be a warning sign of violent behavior. Many targeted school shooters felt a sense of significant loss prior to the school attack. Also, social stressors can be a warning sign, along with social isolation and/or withdrawal, especially if these behaviors are new. They can be quite concerning and can be warning signs. 63% of school attackers showed signs of severe depression, sadness, or isolation. School failure can also be a warning sign of violent behavior. When youth are failing school, they often feel disconnected from school. Disconnected youth may engage in violent behavior. Previous disciplinary actions can be warning signs of violent behavior. We want to collect information on our campus and use that information for problem solving and supporting youth. We want to know if there are patterns so we can look at what the patterns are and see if we can provide a support or an intervention that will guide that youth and give them what they need. Being a victim of bullying is a warning sign of violent behavior. 80% of school attackers were bullied by their classmates, and 83% of school attackers were retaliating for some form of grievance, sometimes bullying. Suicidal ideation can also be a warning sign of violent behavior and is another place for us to provide intervention and support. Fascination with weapons can be a red flag warning sign of violent behavior. So we have multiple warning signs of violent behavior. We want to make sure we install on our campus a process for being aware of the warning signs of violent behavior and a process for reporting the warning signs of violent behavior. When staff members feel concerned, there should be a process for reporting. Once we have a process for reporting and a report is received, then our school will follow the protocol that they have set in place to determine what interventions and supports are needed and if there needs to be further action taken for the youth. We want to begin, though, thinking about what can we do to prevent violent behavior in the first place. One of the strongest supports we can put in place is a sense of school belonging and ensuring that each youth is connected to at least one caring adult on our campus. We also need to be cognizant of our school climate in general. Is our school climate a place of community, a place where we work together, a place that supports one another? We want to put in place suicide prevention strategies and have a comprehensive plan to address suicide prevention. We want to have a plan to help students when they need mental health supports. We know that youth have had very difficult time accessing the supports they've needed, especially the last 2 years. We want to ensure that students who are on our campus experience academic success so that the campus is a place to be where they feel good about what is occurring. We also want to not only engage in empathy, but teach empathy. We want to be building community and building support and protective factors around youth so that they do not feel a need to engage in violent behavior. So here are some questions for your team to consider. What prevention or intervention strategies have you put in place on your campus? Because we always want to begin with prevention. Prevention is the key. Have you trained school staff members to recognize these signs of violent behavior? Do you have a system in place to report concerning behavior and a system that follows through with intervention and support for youth? Our purpose today was to describe the warning signs of violent behavior and to consider strategies to prevent violent behavior on our school campuses. We encourage you to visit the Nebraska School Safety website located at the URL on the screen. At the NDE School Safety website, you will find many resources on preventing school violence. There is a wealth of information on preventing bullying, preventing suicide, on building your safety protocols for your campus, and we encourage you to visit the site. We thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at our next video.